Hello everyone, I am Anirudh Tiwari, the Director and Chief Mentor of Dronacharya Civil Services Academy. Welcome to our YouTube channel where we offer resources and guidance to those aspiring to become civil servants. We discuss today the idea of Indian Union territories was conceived and executed. This is a very important topic for competitive exams like as UPSC civil services exams as well as state PCS and many more. Now we discuss evolution of states and union territories. How nature and status of our states evolved over time. Let us start how the idea of Indian Union territories was conceived and executed. The concept of Union territory was introduced in the report of the States Reorganization Commission in 1955. Although the original list of Union territories mostly contained areas which were considered backward or tribal, it went on to be altered significantly to include places like Chandigarh as well as the French and Portuguese colonies. More recently, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh were added to this list. By 1948-49, the language issue had become a burning factor in the popular sentiment of independent India. The Kannada speakers across the states of Madras, Mysore, Bombay, and Hyderabad, who had been demanding a separate administrative unit since the late 20th century, renewed their movement. The Marathi and Malayalam speakers both desired respective political units of their own, while a separate Maha Gujarat movement had started too. But it was the movement for the creation of the state of Andhra in the early 1950s which was the final spark. It convinced Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru that the division of India along linguistic lines was not only inevitable but also a matter of great urgency. Soon after the creation of Andhra Pradesh on October 1st, 1953, Nehru is known to have written to a colleague, "You will observe that we have disturbed a hornet's nest, and I believe most of us are likely to be a badly storms as seated by Ramchandra Guha in India after Gandhi." Much against his will, Nehru appointed a state reorganization commission to make recommendation to resolve the linguistic problem in India, comprising Justice Fazal Ali, K. M. Panikkar, and H. N. Kunjru. The commission traveled across 104 towns and cities between 1954 and 1955, interviewed more than 9,000 people, and received as many as 1,52,250 written submissions. The commission submitted its report in September 1955, recommending the reorganization of India's administrative units to form 14 states on linguistic lines and six centrally administered territories. This was the first time that the term Union Territory was used. The original 6 union territories consisted of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakadiv, Minicoy, and Aminidiv Island, later renamed as Lakshadweep, Delhi, Manipur, Tripura, and Himachal Pradesh. The character and evolution of the union territories in India is intriguing given that there is very little homogeneity across these tiny enclaves spread across the country, other than the fact that they all come under the administration of the center. Although the original list of such religions mostly contained areas which were considered backward or tribal, it went on to be altered significantly to include places like Chandigarh as well as French and Portuguese colonies. More recently, in October 2019, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh became separate union territories, as noted by senior advocate Fali S. Nariman in an op-ed piece. Not only was the area of the state of Jammu and Kashmir substantially diminished, its status too was unilaterally altered from state to union territory, a situation neither warranted nor justified by any provisions in the constitution. Evolution of states and union territories, colonial positions, and then early Indian Union. Now, firstly, colonial position. The British conquered various territories during their stay in India. These territories included many of the states of India and some other its neighboring territory of India such as Pakistan and Bangladesh. As per Lord Mountbatten's plan, India was to be divided into two countries, India and Pakistan. It should be noted that this plan only included territories that of the British government was controlling directly. There were hundreds of princely states in both today's India and Pakistan. These princely states were proposed with an option to either join India or Pakistan, or they can choose to stay independent. Indian Independence Act of 1947 gave provisions for such options to these princely states. Second is early Indian Union. Many princely states immediately joined India or Pakistan. The newly formed countries, some princely states choose the remaining three. How princely states choose countries to join? Firstly, discretion of the rulers. It was left on the preference of the rulers whether they want to join India or Pakistan based on their preferences. Many princely states joined India and some joined Pakistan. Secondly, exceptions. There were certain states such as Junagadh, Kashmir and Hyderabad refused to join India. Junagadh, in the case of Junagadh, situated in Gujarat, the people wanted to join India, but the ruler was planning to join Pakistan. To resolve this is a plebiscite was held and people chose to stay in India. And next princely state in Kashmir, Pakistan wanted Kashmir to be a part of its territory as it comprised of majority Muslim population. The ruler of Jammu and Kashmir wanted to join neither India nor Pakistan but stay independent. However, Pakistan suspected that the Hindu ruler would join India. It attacked Kashmir and led an unprovoked invasion. To get military help from India, Raja Hari Singh signed the instrument of accession. Thus, the Indian military was deployed, and till date Kashmir remains to be a disputed territory between India and Pakistan. Next princely state is Hyderabad. The Nawab of Hyderabad refused to join India despite its people's willingness to be a part of India. During the time, Hyderabad included territories of Telangana, Karnataka and Maharashtra. Operation Polo, a police action was launched to force the Nawab of Hyderabad, Mir Sir Osman Ali Khan, to sign the instrument of accession. The unification of India in its early years is credited to be a skilled and powerful diplomacy of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, also known as the Iron Man of India. Next, how nature and status of our states evolved over time. How nature and status of our states evolved over time. In 1950, Constitution contained a four-fold classification of states. First is erstwhile governors provinces of British India. and secondly, erstwhile princely states with legislature in them. Thirdly, consisted certain erstwhile chief commissioner provinces and some princely states, and next, Andaman and Nicobar Island. Now, divided in four parts: Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D. Part A, Assam, Bihar, Bombay, Madhya Pradesh, Madras, Odisha, Punjab, United Province and West Bengal. Part B, Hyderabad, Jammu and Kashmir, Madhya Pradesh, Mysore, Patiala and East Punjab, Rajasthan, Saurashtra, Travancore, Cochin, Vindhya Pradesh. Vindhya Pradesh means Rewa, Siri, Satna, Shahdool, Umaria, Anuppur, Panna, Chhatarpur, Tikamgarh. And in Part C, Ajmer, Bhopal, Bilaspur, Cooch Behar, Kurg, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Kutch, Manipur. And lastly, Part D, Andaman and Nicobar Island. Now next, reorganization of states. Initial integration of princely states with the rest of India was purely an ad hoc arrangement. There were growing demands from different regions, particularly South India, for reorganization of states on linguistic basis. Various commissions were established by the government to look into the demands of reorganization of states. First, Dhar Commission. Dhar Commission's objective. Dhar Commission was constituted in June 1948 to assess the feasibility of the linguistic organization of states. The Commission's recommendation. In December 1948, the Commission submitted its report and recommended that states be organized on the basis of administrative convenience. The recommendation of the Dhar Commission created much resentment. Another committee was set up consisting of Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel and Pattabhi Sitaramaiah. The committee was named after the first letters of their first names. It was known as the JVP Committee. JVP Committee. This committee was set up in December 1948 and submitted its reports in April 1949. JVP Committee recommendations. It formally rejected language as the basis for the reorganization of states. Aftermath, Potti Sriramulu, a prominent Telugu leader, was demanding Andhra state be carved out of the Madras state. To get his demands met, he went on a hunger strike. However, he died on December 1952, 15 December. To calm the massive uproar of the people, the first linguistic state known as the Andhra state was created by the separating Telugu-speaking areas from Madras state. Next commission is Fazal Ali Commission. Fazal Ali Commission's creation of Andhra Pradesh intensified the demand for the creation of states on linguistic basis in other regions, as well as government was forced to re-examine the whole questions. Thus, a new commission known as the Fazal Ali Commission was set up. The Fazal Ali Commission was a 3-member state reorganization commission which was set up in December 1953. Its other 2 members were K.M. Panikkar and H.N. Kunjuru. The commission submitted its reports in September 1955. This commission recommendations, various recommendations given by the commission are mentioned, like each. Firstly, approved linguistic reorganization. It broadly accepted the language as a basis for the reorganization of state, but rejected the theory of one language, one state. Second, unity of India. It recommended that the unity of India should be the primary consideration while drawing of these boundaries. Next, fourfold classification abandoned. It recommended doing away with the original fourfold classification of states and to create 16 states and 3 union territories. Next is scheme of reorganization. The commission recommended that some factors should be taken into account in any scheme of reorganizing states: preservation and strengthening of the unity and security of the country, and linguistic and cultural homogeneity, financial, economic and administrative consideration, and planning and promotion of the welfare of the people in each state as well as of the nation as a whole. Government accepted the recommendation with minor changes. Minor changes like is: first change is fourfold classification abolished, State Reorganization Act 1956 and 7th Amendment Act 1956 were passed. The distinction between Part A and Part B states was done away with. The Part C states were abolished. Some of the states were merged with adjacent states while other were designated as union territories. The term union territories was not there in the original constitution. It was introduced for the first time by the 7th constitutional amendment. This is the very important line for preliminary exam, UPSC as well as state PCS both. In November 1956, India was composed of 14 states and 6 union territories. Kerala was created by merging Travancore, Cochin and Malabar district of the Madras and Kasaragod of South Kannada state. Andhra Pradesh was created by merging Telugu-speaking areas of Hyderabad with previously created 1953 Andhra state. Madhya Pradesh was formed by merging Madhya Bharat, Vindhya Pradesh and Bhopal state. Bombay was created by merging Saurashtra and Kutch. Mysore was added with the Kurg. Punjab by merging Patiala and East Punjab State Union. Rajasthan was made out of Ajmer and 6 union territories. Thank you. Good day.